this club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0.
Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir, how you doing? A rough, tough 3-3 draw, dropping points at the very end. Ugly defense, looking good offensively, but United dropped more points. Ooh, that title just slipping out of our hands, sir. And, first half felt great. Second half, just defeated. Tail of two halves. How you feeling?
Sir, that one stings. That's going to sting for a lot of fans. It's like you want to be angry, but the boys, they played well. They switched off for a couple of minutes, and that cost you the game. It's the shaky defense on set pieces. It's cost us a lot this season. I think if you add them all up, look, defense wins championships, sir. If you want to win the title, you watch City. They played Sheffield United. It was nervy, but they were able to hold on, beat them 1-0, lock it down. I don't think United can do that. We're often scrambling at times in matches. It looks really sloppy. I think those 3 minutes in this Everton game highlight that. Also, that set piece there in stoppage time. I think, if you're that disorganized and we lack that sort of confidence and that steely defense, sir, over 38 matches, it's going to catch up to you. That being said, second, sir. We're second. We can still maybe win the title. It's just going to require, the VAR gods carrying a lot of weight.
VAR gods carrying a lot of weight. We're going to need City to slip up to a certain extent unless United go on a historic run. We have had historic runs in the past, but it's the same slip-ups that we've seen before. That's the worrying sign. It's like, this is not new, these goals, these soft goals to give up after, to be said, some excellent play. It's like, it was really just like, they kind of came out hot, but United got control of it in the first half well, and then the first 5 minutes, like you said, see 2 shit goals, then get a grip of thing again really well, and then when it's the most important at the very end, and all you need to hold off is a soft goal, sir. Another soft goal. We'll get into culpability later, so I'm going to blame De Gea a little bit. Saul, you got to dive into that, get kicked in the face. You get the highest paid goalie in the world, and he's been a little soft, and there's been some soft set pieces this season, sir. So whatever it is, United dropping points when it's important, and I was hoping to have a league game to look forward to next, sir. It's going to be the FA Cup, but either way, wins certainly help turn the tide, and we need one.
No, absolutely. And but that being said, we could talk about the negatives all day. I think it's hard not to focus on the negatives of this match, given, we should have won. 2 points dropped in arguably the closest title race we've had in years, potential title race, if you will. But the positives were we broke them down. We bossed the first half. Cavani with the great goal. Rasher with the great cross. Bruno class. Just the best first half of football we played this season. Complete half. And then we came out. We all know what happened. We shut it off. But then after that, we got back in the game. Got the goal. And then I thought between the 80th and 90th minute, some of the best play from United closing down the game. Everyone, intensity. Good movement on the ball. Bruno pulling the strings, dropping deep. He told everyone to slow it down. It was working. United, I felt like this game looked good. Clearly a real bad few moments that end up costing us. But overall, a solid 84 minutes of play. But the problem is you play 90, sir. Sometimes you play 90. Sometimes they give you 4 minutes, but they play 5. And we lost in that 5. So the way it happened, fans are going to call for blood. They're going to be angry. But just looking at that game, the first half, that was probably the best football we've seen. And then to be able to fight back in it the way we did and then boss them towards the end, and then just obviously a terrible free kick. A mixed bag for fans. So it's obviously I'm dejected right after that result, sir. It was a very tough mood. But I saw great things from this team, and I really hope that the lads have the mental strength, the mentality to understand there are bright spots here, and they can build and go on a run. That's what I'm worried about the most, the mental side of dropping these points for the locker room.
No, but you made a very good point, and it's something to be said. It's like we're our own worst enemy. There's a lot of positive signs that be said, but everything we did that kind of opened ourselves up was self-inflicted when really there's a lot of good play to be had today. So, and you could say that about a lot of the performances where we drop points. Usually it's like we're giving up goals that we shouldn't give up, sloppy goals, or fighting our way back, and maybe it doesn't always work out. But today, you have to, some parts of it, we were lights out, and that's what's the most frustrating thing is like, De Gea scrambles that ball 3-2. It's a great win. It's like boom, boom, we're on. It's a huge 3 points, but it's like it was, we didn't deserve a point today. But defensively, you have to play a full 90 minutes. You're absolutely right, sir. And we did. We conceded shit goals, and they took advantage. They're a solid team that will take advantage of it. So shame on us.
I'll tell you. You know what? Today the text thread got me, sir. I engaged.
You did. You went hard to the hoop, sir.
It got hard to the hoop. I'll tell you. This is how delusional the Everton fan on the text thread is. He says, quote, you were lucky to get a tie, probably effed with the we basically probably messed with the ground in front of Olsen's goal, causing all of the goals for Olsen to let in. So not only does he say that we were lucky to tie when his team scored in the 95th minute, he says that this conspiracy and that we messed with the turf there, and that's why Olsen didn't play to his potential. So that's the type of guys we got on this text thread. So.
Salty scouts, sir. What can you say? It's like Everton fan. They're just like, so they were never close in this match. There have been games where they've held their own, but I think we bossed this performance. So we just tripped over ourselves and gave up really shit goals. Just really shit goals that you can't be conceding if you want to win the title. You just can't concede them because you can't concede 3 of them. You concede 1 of them, 2 of them, not 3 shit goals.
You know what I said? I said you tied and you celebrated like you won the league. Club mentality. Small club mentality, sir. Small club mentality.
So they're destined for the bright lights of Europa League. This is like enjoy it, bro.
Yeah. Both him and the Chelsea fan chirping hard. All right, let's get into the PSA for the podcast. If you like the American Red Devils, we are for fans, by fans. We don't have any sponsors on the podcast. We're not pitching you underwear, sir, vitamins, or anything like that. We want to be directly supported by you, the fans. We think that's the best thing for our content. Our platform is for us to be independent, so we can always have that true biased fan perspective from the couch, sir. We don't want the Glazers having any influence over us at all. I'm rooting for in the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. So rooting against the Glazer scum. They were not there to celebrate the Munich air disaster. Absolutely classless from our ownership. That has to be said, sir. But if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can do so via 4 tiers, anything from $1 a month to $20 a month. It goes a long way keeping the lights on in the podcast. If you want to check it out, you can visit www.patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. Your support goes a long way to helping us pay for hosting for our website, all the social media, everything we do. It's really helpful. So check it out. And also check out our website while you're online, www.americanreddevils.com. We have some great merchandise. Click on store. We have shirts, scarves, #GlazersOut scarves as well, sir. They're on sale. And some amazing fan-generated content, some of the best in the game, sir. Tell them about the iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews, they are a terrific way for people to find out about the American Red Devils. And guess what? They're free, and they're a great way for us to be found. So here's the deal. Rate a 5-star review. If you have any banter in it, even better, send us a screenshot to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your address, and we will get you some free stickers sent to you right away. And it's a great way to get us found. Check out the blog, like John mentioned. If you're interested in contributing for the blog, reach out to us at americanreddevils@gmail. We're always looking for new contributors. Great blog covering all things United for fans, by fans. Sir, what else we got?
Sir, that is it. Let's get into this match. Manchester United 3, Everton 3, Old Trafford. Sir, 23rd game of the season. That lineup, Dave saves world #1 in net, sir. I don't know about that. I'm going to get into that later. Luke Shaw left back. Maguire Lindelof center back pairing. Wan-Bissaka right back. Pog, McTom midfield. Rashford, Bruno, Greenwood on the right. Greenwood coming in his own. I thought he played great today. And Cavani up front, sir. Our number 9, El Matador. What do you think of this lineup?
I like the 11. I like the intent. I liked Pogba playing back with McTominay. I don't know if we've seen that pairing, and I was excited to see it. Greenwood, I thought he's been playing really well on the right side. Rashford, us preferred left. And who else up front than Cavani? And obviously Bruno, sir. Bruno number 10, maybe. Who else taking that spot? Nobody in the league would take his spot. What do you think?
I thought it was great. 4-2-3-1 Greenwood start. That reps at right wing, Greenwood's coming due. It's taken some time to find that position, but I thought he provided balance in the first half. Looked really good, and Wan-Bissaka as well on the right looked sharp. So when the right starts kicking off, sir, that opens up the left, and you saw it today. I think this is some of the best wing play we saw from United.
No, I would agree. I think AWB and Shaw have been coming into their own, playing a lot more dangerously and opening up Rashford and Greenwood, respectively.
Let's jump into that first half, sir.
So United got a grip on the game relatively quickly. Everton tried to come out and press United, but it was United who got pretty dominant, passing the ball around Everton with them sitting back. So it didn't take too long. In the 24th minute, it was the Uruguayan.
It's Rashford with a cross. Cavani! 3 times he's played against Everton this season, and 3 times he scored. And no doubt about it, Manchester United needed that one.
Sir, good goal, great ball in from Rashford. It was a pin-perfect placement, like just right in between the defenders. Cavani buries it home. What's not to like about that?
No, it was an amazing ball. AWB, Rashford switching on the right, curling it in, Cavani dunk header. And I love the Cavani number 9, so dangerous so many ways, sir. There's the pull back. You got the dangerous balls in the back post, either way, near post. And he reminds me of Ruud van Nistelrooy, the way his diverse, he can finish in so many ways. And this is just one of those. Don't make it too hard, sir. Cross it in. Cavani, dunk header, easy as you like. This is vintage United, sir. Just like boss Everton, score. We're going to win this game. Let's go.
It really is a vintage United because we were complaining about a couple of weeks ago. We just not enough crossing into the box, and so much about United's play, we were just like always pushing it into the box, always putting balls forward. And we've seen more of that because I think Shaw and AWB have been stepping into their own, and today that was more of it. Good to see. Speaking of which, 34th minute, another great opportunity from AWB. He put in a awesome low cross for Cavani, but he swung and missed. But it was a great chance, sir, coming in from that right side.
It was coming in hot. Great movement from Cavani. I think that's why he's so dangerous. He's got amazing movement in the box. And also shout out to him and Bruno pressing. They're working like crazy. I think it's infectious. Those two players, you love to see it.
You do love to see it. One thing you don't love to see, sir, in the 38th minute, Pogba goes down injured. I don't know what it looked like. Maybe a hammy, but he tweaked something, and Fred came on for him. What do you think of that injury? You think it's going to be a serious one?
Kind of looked like upper quad. It was weird. He tweaked it, so hopefully it's not too bad. Here's the thing. He's coming off. We're already up a goal. I'm not that worried. You bring in El Pastor. He looked a little shaky though. Pastor, he was probably instrumental, and he gets a little. Fred gets a little flustered, gets out of position, kind of gets a little rash.
No, he plays on a knife's edge, right? He's like really good at making those tackles, but sometimes he could use his positioning a little bit more smartly. I was hoping to see Donnie, because I thought like the positional awareness, you could find space on this on this Everton side and open them up. But anyway, went with Fred, and then sir, in the 45th minute, we wanted to find the Spanish call for. We couldn't find it with a quick turnaround, but hey, his name's Bruno Fernandes. He's a hell of a player.
The hallmark of quality from Bruno Fernandes. Well, patience.
Sir, didn't capture the audio clip just perfectly, but it was a hell of a goal, a cracker from Bruno Fernandes. Just scooped it in over Olsen. Cantona-esque, if I must say, sir. Sad thing is this goal was worthy of a win. And, when you finished this first half, United were ripping and rolling, and damn, didn't deserve to lose. Deserve to draw, sir. Feels like a loss.
Sir, he licked his finger. He checked the wind, He took out the sand wedge and just like little English on it. This one was like, this is a beauty of a hit from Bruno. This is like, up there, top three hits. You love to see him on. We talked about him not being on. He's back on. Southampton got him going. And that's what I thought. I thought, crushing Southampton, we're starting to see it. First half, 2 goals, 2-0. Here's the momentum. This is kind of what we're talking about. The floodgates are opening up for the attack. can the defense do the job, sir? You know, speaking of defense, gave one up here right before half. This was kind of,
It's a close one. 45th +2. Calvert-Lewin misses a one-on-one at the end of the half over the top. So I think they would have looked at this one if he was to score, and I think he was just off. But like you said, we show real vulnerable, like really good on one side, score a goal or just go close, and then as soon as you blink on the other side, they're going the other way. This is what you're talking about. We looked a little vulnerable, and luckily Calvert-Lewin just skews it wide, sir.
Sir, it's, it comes down to mentality. This team, we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. We can't beat Sheffield United. We boss one half of football. We think it's going to be easy in the second. And it's a young team, so it makes sense. But there's got to be no margin for error, and the level has to be, 100, 24/7, 365. You can't, rest on your laurels in this league at all, or in any game or any moment of any game. And we've seen this team do it, sir. We saw it in the run-in for top 4 last season with a rough draw there as well. And we're starting to see it here with the title race, these slim moments. This team switches off, or, we get a big win and we can't turn up against the worst team in the league. And we got it in our locker, sir. But consistency, the mentality is what we're lacking.
No, you're spot on, sir. You're spot on. You think about the points that we've dropped this season, where we are to begin with, or in second, but where we could be if we had picked up so many droppable points this year. We could be looking down at City right now. So headed into the half, like you talked about, checking off. But what do you think Ole was telling the boys? I don't think it was the right thing to say, because we didn't come out looking good in the second half.
I don't think Ole has anything to say. He's just like, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. And, we kind of believe the hype a little bit here, sir. Just get through it. Let's just do it. I'm
going to pull it off like a Band-Aid, sir. 49th minute, United came out, like we said, second half, they came out like a limp noodle. 49th minute, that defense just broke open like a poorly built dam. Here we go.
Getting in behind Harry Maguire, the angle tight for him, and Decore picks it up. It's a soft pat out to him by David De Gea, and Abdoulaye Decore restores hope for Everton.
Sir, I didn't realize how bad it was until rewatching it, but if he lets the ball go, there's nobody there. But
sir, look. Maguire got turned. Maguire,
he did. That was bad.
Maguire,
the cruise ship, baby. That was like that cruise ship turning.
The amount of time I see him get turned inside out, and then the striker or winger just scream by him. I mean, he just got he recovered, pushed him wide, did well. I'm going to say Maguire did well. Very awkward ball. And if you look at the position of it, sir, it's De Gea's got the near post covered, which is where he should be, but it was farther out. DCL kind of clipped it back farther out, and De Gea, I don't think, was ready for it. Clearly, this is just bad luck, dude. I really do think you look at Shaw on Decore, Shaw's kind of there. I don't think Shaw could do a better job marking him. I don't think De Gea could. What is De Gea going to do? Let the ball go through? I mean, that's a cross right through, and it's too far away from his body to pin it back or out of bounds. So I mean, that's really I think any keeper does that. It's just unlucky. Decore was right there to mop it up.
Sir, I'm not going to.
This is unlucky. This is unlucky.
No, I don't disagree. I'm not going to slate him for this first and third goal, but the third goal, okay, I'll give him a pass on this first one, but the third one is more egregious. But I have to say, I agree. It's
people say he should have caught it, and it's I think if he could, he would. I just think it was farther. If you watch I watched it 10 times. It's it doesn't make it. I try to make sense of it. The ball's far enough away from De Gea where he has to parry, and it's a really dangerous parry, but he doesn't have any option. And the only other option is let it go on through.
It's a soft parry, though. If he's going to parry, you should bash the shit out of that ball, and it's a soft parry.
I agree. A punch would have been better there, but it was an awkward one, is what I'm trying to say. It was awkward, and Decore got lucky, in my opinion.
No doubt, but you don't want to be conceding a goal of that magnitude. And after you do, you certainly don't want to rub some salt in the wound like you did in the 52nd minute, sir. You ready for this one?
I am.
Decore
again. Pulls it back this time. It's James Rodriguez! And what a transformation! Inside the first 7 minutes of the second half, Everton, who were...
You know the story, sir. we let him right back in. 2-2, sir. What are you thinking at this point?
So this is inexcusable. Honestly, this is just. I saw a lot of El Pastor running around like a chicken with his head cut off, and not against. I actually think Fred played well in this game, and I'm not saying he's not to blame for this goal. But when we're scrambling, we're scrambling. That's the whole point. Is like it's almost like we let in the first goal, and whoever the captain is should be like getting everyone set, making sure that we don't like they're coming. They just scored. We looked out of sorts. They're gonna come and they're gonna knock on the door, and we got to hold. And like we didn't do a good job at holding. We weren't organized. We look scrappy. Look like we're gonna give up a goal. So that's really the problem. I see. We just look like out of sorts.
No, you're absolutely right. Because we got a grip on it after the second goal, but you want to, you left that first goal. You still have a lead. It's like you got to button it up right away because teams they try to push because goals come in bunches, sir.
But the first goal comes out of nothing. Then they got a pep in their step, and that's when you really got to hold them. And like letting this goal in, it's like, come on. Then.
Well, I think you could have used a little. That's when you maybe used the experience of a Matic versus a Fred. I thought we showed a little bit of. We looked a little flat. We just looked
a slow sub, sir. Like a slow, just like, hey guys, have a breather.
Yeah, I don't think you got it all right today. Anyway, a little bit better from United. 63rd minute, Rashford and Cavani linked up really well. Rashford actually forced Olsen into a decent save on the near side, sir. And then in the 70th minute, his name's Scotty McSauce, and he's been on a bit of a tear recently.
Shaw drifts it into the middle towards McTominay, and they're back in front. It's Scott McTominay with a header.
I mean, you love to hear that, sir. It sounds like the audio clip we had from the last pod. But at this point, I was like, in the money, United just keep going, keep pushing. I thought we were home free, but, I guess you don't get everything you want.
Sir, it's like, what a goal. McSauce and lucky too, and we score. It's like, this is it. Let's win it. And I predicted 4-2. And it's funny, both you and me said to each other, we're going to need another goal to win this. Like we knew, you and me, like as fans watching every goddamn game, sir. It's like we're like we need another goal. We need another goal to win it, and we knew that. We said it to each other.
You know why? Because if you give up those first two goals that shitty, you're gonna give up another third goal. Because a team that's playing that like shoddily, you're gonna leak another goal especially when you have the lead, sir. When like they're pushing.
Well, it's good after it though. That's the problem. After we said we're gonna need another goal, it looked like we didn't because we played so well.
We did. We had some good chances. So the 77th minute, great chance for Bruno after some nice play from United. He smashed it just over. 78th minute, Rashford goes close after like a ropey textbook run from him. Sir, 80th minute. I mean, United were like pushing for a second, sir, to be fair. Bruno went just over from a free kick outside the box. I thought he would done better. Sir, and then this was bad. Actually, this is when it started things like I think we got two defensive. 88th minute, Maguire went down easy on 1-1 with Calvert-Lewin. Looking for the foul, sir, but you shouldn't be looking for the foul when you're the last man back. Because this is a bad sign. This is when you need Matic. I was surprised that he put Tuanzebe on, sir.
Sir, this was it. This was definitely the one, right? Like Maguire tries to go down soft, get the foul, last man back.
Bad sign.
What do you mean? You see Vidic or Ferdinand do that? No. It's like you fight, sir. It's like he had him beat with the touch. He does this, and it's like it started getting shakier from there. And then you're right, the Tuanzebe, he ends up getting the foul, sir. 92nd minutes, Tuanzebe for Greenwood. He gets the foul.
He gets the foul, sir, in the 95th minute from the free kick. You ready? Here we go.
Digne who gets it forward, and Calvert-Lewin is there and stabs it home. They have done it with what could possibly be the last kick of the game. Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Sir, I mean...
Shut it off. I don't know. I can't.
De Gea's got to dive on it, bro. I hate to say it. Like, De Gea he's bailed us out on many occasions, but United has been vulnerable in set pieces this year because of De Gea. Like, often not, it's De Gea either not punching it out, not jumping on the ball because, dude, he's a little soft. He's a little soft, and you're going to get kicked in the face by Calvert-Lewin, but you get kicked in the face because you have a 1-goal lead and you're trying to win the fucking title. You get kicked in the face, and he gets paid £300,000 a week. You got to dive on the ball, sir. He never dives on that ball. You got to dive on it. Sorry, that's my rant.
Sir, that's the simple man's narrative.
Well, I'm a simple man, sir.
I watched this play, 30 times.
30 times.
You want to know? We're going into this should be on like ESPN Plus. The detail,
the breakdown. How fast is the ball traveling?
So first of all, the cross coming in. It's all about the first ball.
Always.
It's always about the first ball here. Keane wins it, hits his arm. Who's defending Keane? The tall center back from Everton. We had Aaron Wan-Bissaka whiff on the header, and then we had Luke Shaw kind of jump against him, but he wasn't well defended. And it's like, we're not going man marking on these set pieces. And so you got a mismatch with Luke Shaw and then a big center back. The plan is probably a flick on, right? That because clearly they got their tall center back there. It comes off of his arm, high arm. So that could have been looked at by VAR. But then the flick off of the arm is actually very favorable for Everton if you watch it. The flick on, we missed the first header due to a mismatch, and then it's very favorable. It's really close to the line for DCL. The reason De Gea didn't get there, if you watch the play, like the video pans and you see De Gea, he has his left arm up. He's calling for offsides. He's calling.
That's even worse.
Offside.
That's even worse. He should be playing.
I know, but you should watch. Everyone should watch the video. He's calling for offsides on the first flick of the ball, and so he's literally not set because he's raising his arm like it's off, and then the ball falls favorably to DCL, and then so he kind of goes after it, but he's already late because he's flagging. And then after he lets in the goal, he immediately flags again for offsides. So for some reason, De Gea is playing the linesman while the ball's still in play. So his head's not in the game. So like you said, yes, he should have, I think if his head was in the game and he wasn't worried about offsides, he could have been there and got kicked in the face. But it's a really bizarre thing to see your goalie be calling for offsides on that. And clearly it wasn't. It was a goal. So De Gea's he's not doing what he should be doing, sir. At the end of the day, whether you want to call it, he should have gotten there. But it's weird. Watch it. He's calling for offsides. Very strange.
So that's even worse because I didn't even see that. So that's like that's the Maguire equivalent of him trying to buy a foul, last man in the defense, but doing like the last chance and you're pulling up you just get the ball out of the net. That's all you do, and you don't worry about the fucking offsides line because they will spot it. They're not going to spot it because you raised your arm.
Sir, mentality.
Exactly, and he should know better. He's won leagues with us. He should know better.
Maguire doesn't go down soft because mentality, sir. De Gea isn't worried about the linesman. He's worried about dying to keep that ball out of the net, and he ain't doing it. And that's why this team ain't gonna win the league. Because if you ain't ready, if you ain't gonna lie it, put it all on the line, you ain't gonna win nothing, sir. And that's the point.
No, if you're not willing to get kicked in the face, you're not winning the league, bro.
That being said, it was the flick on off of Keane was very unlucky. If you look at it, freak first goal. It's a very lucky bounce for DCL to get it. That being said, De Gea didn't do what he normally does, which is come with a worldie. So I'm going to say United was just unlucky today. They did switch off, but there were some unlucky moments. Like the first goal came out of nothing. It was a weird, awkward ball from a weird angle to Corey in the right spot. And then the last minute lucky flick. I mean, it really went against us. And the narrative will just be like, United isn't good enough. Our defense is terrible. Sacked a lot. Right. And I really think that's a harsh narrative because you break it down to the finer margins. There were errors made, but we did play a good game, and there are great signs about this team. Now, whether or not, De Gea is out. I mean, if my goalkeeper's flagging for offsides and we lose the game in the last minute, Dino's next. Dude,
Dino should have been next anyway because it's the FA Cup, but he should be next in the league now. He should be playing when we play West Brom, I think.
Yes, because De Gea is it's like when it comes to goalies, whether it's hockey or soccer or any sports, sir, there's juju, and De Gea's got bad juju. It's bad. It's whatever he's got, it's just people aren't confident in him. He doesn't look confident. When that first goal went in, he didn't look confident. Nope. The last goal went in, he looks worse. And it's you kind of gotta sit him. And I think Dino's got to be the man. You got to give Dino a shot now.
No, he's earned it because he's had a bunch of soft ones, sir. If you go through, Go through some of these games. So there's been some bad ones, and they've been off corners, right? Because that says something about how this team's developed. That's the game anyway. 3-3 full time, sir, a point. But that says something about the team. Their best chances now that we concede. It used to be open play. We used to give up tons of shots, and De Gea would be bing, 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 bing. Now it's all free kicks and corners because we force teams out wide. We force them to have to force to get a free kick because we defend well, but we're not that good from defending set pieces and corners because I think we're a little soft mentality. And I think De Gea, that's where they know we're vulnerable, sir, is like they boxed into him. He doesn't dive for the ball. He doesn't punch the ball. Sir, in the Premier League, it matters. And that's where it's good to have Dino ready, sir. Now it's his time. It's his time to step up.
Yeah. And it's also a confidence thing, it's confidence for De Gea. And I just don't think he has it. I think he needs a drop and bring him back, sir. Real Sociedad sounds great. Match reaction. Stats wise, 62% of the ball to United, 38% to Everton. Shots on target 5 for United, 3 for Everton. De Gea led in a goal every shot, sir. It's not a good stat. It's not what you want. Match reaction. Quote, for the 4th time in Premier League history, Manchester United failed to win a Premier League match in which they led by 2 goals at halftime, and just a second time at Old Trafford. Sir, the stat's killing me here. What is this?
Sorry, it's hell of a stat. It's the only stat.
Jumbo.
Sir, when you drop points, there's not a lot of notable stats to be had.
Okay, I'm going to read it one more time as written here. The 4th time in Premier League history, Manchester United failed to win a Premier League game in which they led by 2 goals at halftime, and just a second time at Old Trafford. Wow. So only 4 times have we lost by winning by 2 goals. They do say 2 goals is the most dangerous lead in football, though.
So I was thinking about that on the walk home, and it was because I think we went out thinking we were more comfortable than we were. Almost if they scored that Calvert-Lewin goal at the very end of the first half, maybe that would have woken Ole up. But it's just not good enough, sir. The problem is the goalposts have moved. Last year the goalposts were top 4. Now it's for the league. We dropped points to make it way nervier than it had to be to get into top 4 last year, and now we're shooting ourselves in the foot for the opportunity to fight for the league, sir. It's because we dropped a lot of droppable points. That's the problem.
It's a crazy year, though. So am I going to say coming into this game, sir, we had a 7% chance of winning the league. That's probably a 2% chance now. City is 93% according to 538.com, or maybe 80% chance. We had 7 and Leicester's 2. Timo Stopping name is 1. So, City is odds on. It's theirs to lose. I think they can lose it. I'm not look, you look at the form in the last 5, they won all last 5 games. Our form in the last 5, lost 1, drawn 2, won 2. There's the difference. You want to look at the difference. Lose to Sheffield United, sir. Draw a terrible Arsenal. Draw Everton. Everton's probably the best team of all of them. So if you win Sheffield United and you beat Arsenal and you draw Everton, we're fine, baby. It's just too many times we're just getting hurt. We're getting clipped, sir, and you can't take those.
And we're doing it to ourselves. We play really great, create great attacking football, nice goals. We're the top scoring team in the league, sir, and we got the 10th best defense, and we can see too many shit goals. It's not good enough. And we know we got to fix her. Once again, I mean, the problems are obvious, and we got to fix them.
You want to know the problem, sir?
What's the problem?
Sherlock Holmes. 30 goals against, sir. You know how many City have conceded? 13.
Yeah, there you go.
City have conceded 13 goals. We've almost conceded 3 more.
How many?
Clearly, we have 3 times more. 2 games in hand, but there it is right there, dude. Top 10, no one's conceded more goals than Manchester United in the top 10.
And we're second.
No one scored more either. And that is the frustrating part about this team. We're our strikers are not even playing well. We're scoring more than ever.
It's true.
But you can't win titles without defense, sir. Steely defense, 1-0s. Those are the games you watch. The team which not be named. Bend, don't break. Those 1-0 games, those tough games you should lose that you hold on and win. That's how you win the leagues, sir.
You're right, sir. You're right. But the man, I hate to say it, the City boss got 2 new center backs. Our boy didn't get it. No excuses to play like champion, but
There's no excuses.
We're thin. We're thin there, sir. We're thin there, and he never got reinforcements. We should have, because woulda, coulda, shoulda. But like, you're not really going to be challenging for a title if you don't have the reinforcements in order to do so. If you did it with this team, it'd be a miracle. And not saying miracles can't be had, but at the end of the day, it's like, sir, he could have used a little back in. You lose Maguire. I mean, he's as steady as a cruise ship. He's his turning's like a cruise ship, but he's been a rock for us at the back. And if he went down, we'd be in trouble, sir, because.
No, he's the only player to play
every single game. He never misses a game.
Yeah. No, yeah. Every minute of every game. I think he's the only player to play every minute of every game through this point in the season. So you got to give Eric credit. And yeah, you're right. Every manager could use a few $100 million. I'll tell you. But I'm not going to whinge and moan. The reason why everyone's so frustrated is they see the potential in this team, and we've always seen the potential in this team for the last couple of years, and over a 6-month period, we're number one on the table. But you got to do it between August and May, and that's when you win the league. And so while we might have been the best team in say 2020 or one of the best, it's like you got to do it through the course of the season. And this one, we've had ups and downs all year, in all competitions, and we're seeing a little bit of that here. But second place right now, where we are, sir, lots left to play. I'm not ruling anything out. I'm absolutely not ruling it out.
The standards have risen, which is good to see.
Totally. And it's also clear where we should add. And I think what we want from Ole Mr. Nice Guy is Ole, if we finish number 2, for him to be Ole not so Mr. Nice Guy to the board and demand that they back him in the summer. And I want him to come out spicy, because you got to go all in. At a certain point, he has to go all in. He has to say, look, I did my job. You got to get me Jadon Sancho, and I need a center back. I need a Paul P replacement, and spend big, and we deserve it. And if they don't, let's burn the mother down. #Glazers out. I mean, that's just the way it is, sir.
Well, we have a responsibility. The fans are going to make the voices heard, sir. It's like he finishes second. That's a great accomplishment. This team finishes second for Ole. That's still an accomplishment, sir. We're not celebrating shit, but it's progress, and we're chipping up year after year. And they got to keep it. It's clear as day that you invest in this team when this title is within our grasp, and this league is kind of all over the place.
What were the two biased fans on the couch who know nothing asking for this summer? What was the one signing that we wanted, sir? You and me didn't say we need Jadon Sancho.
Center back.
Yeah. We said we need 30 to 40 million. We need a center back. Eric Bailly, he can't go the full season. You got to have someone that can go. Phil Jones is out. You need a third rotation. And it's like, you need another center back. Sir. We need a defense. And we called it. We said it. You look at the 30 goals. There it is. Ed Woodward, I know we talk smack about you, but if you hire us to be the director of football, we'll listen.
Sir, Ole's getting it right. You got to just give him cash, bro. It's like, give him some money to spend. It's like he's picking good players. He's obviously got an eye for talent, and he's shown that he can nurture that talent. But you got to give the man dollar bills, bro. And 58 million pounds on the balance sheet while they're paying out a $20 million dividend, sir, is insane. So I could rant all day about the Glazers. I know Ole's not ranting about the Glazers, but he should be.
Yeah, but it's like this team is really easy going forward because you got the young players. Then it's like Cavani, you need a replacement, and then you need another center back. You need another CDM. So it's like, dude, it's very easy, but you got to make moves. And so that's why you should hire the American Red Devils to run this team. So that's why we should hire them. Let's check in with the table here. Shitty, 47 points. Manchester United, the greatest club in the world, sir, 45 points. Leicester City, 42. Team should not be named, 40. West Ham, 39. Everton celebrating like they won the league with a draw, 37 points. Small club mentality. Even smaller club mentality, Chelsea, 36 points. And Aston Villa, shout out to our boy Jack Grealish, 35.
Above Tottenham, above Arsenal. It says everything. I mean, Everton. They were celebrating like they won the game, bro. And we looked as pissed as if we had lost. I mean, to be fair, it feels like a loss. But you got to take some joy in the fact that they enjoyed that draw so much. Something about that made me happy.
I'll tell you what, sir, there's always a next match. We got Manchester United versus West Ham. The Hammers, sir, at Old Trafford, coming home. United Road, sir, FA Cup, 5th round, Tuesday, February 9th, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Hell of a match. David Moyes, tactical genius, sir. What do you make of this one? FA Cup. Can we get a trophy? Can I get a trophy?
I don't know. That might be the new thing. Like the league is slipping away. Priorities back at FA Cup. We're going to field a strong Europa League team. But, sir, West Ham are above Chelsea. They're above Tottenham, above Arsenal. They're playing good football at the moment under David Moyes. Lingard just joined, had a brace on his debut. So he can't play against us. I believe he's cup tied because of the loan. But they're going to be tough sides, sir. We know this. They're always tough to play down. And David Moyes especially, he wants to pull one out of his bag. He wants to prove that he is the tactical genius, that United never should have sacked him after that 1 year, even though he was never up for the job. We all know it.
No, absolutely not. Surprisingly, at a 52.9% winning percentage. I asked you what was his winning percentage. You said 30%.
38. I said 38.
All right, Lifetime versus West Ham. Games won 67, games drawn 32, games lost 45. First time we ever played in 1911, we lost. In the FA Cup, the same competition, 2-1, sir, that we're playing them. Coming into this match, West Ham are playing well. Beat Crystal Palace. Lost to the team who should not be named. Beat Aston Villa, who are playing well. They drew Fulham today, but they had a red. So they were playing man down. Then they got us, FA Cup 5th round. I'm not nervous because obviously we're playing at home. David Moyes is going to be nervous coming in OT. We do know ex-United players and managers like to come for blood. So if we finish second and win the FA Cup, sir, I'm happy. We need a trophy. I don't want the Europa League, sir, at this rate. I don't know. We need some sort of silverware.
You take it.
I just don't want to win 2 Europa Leagues before we win the league or the Champions League. I don't need that. I need like a Europa League every 30 years,
Yeah, I agree. We don't need back-to-back. FA Cup will be good. Dude, there's like an FA Cups Classic, and it's a great cup, and it's I think it's the oldest cup competition there is, sir. So we need some silverware. You're absolutely right. I think it's likely that Ole might field a slightly stronger squad than he was going to, just because, like you say, he's going to want to get some silverware this year, I would think.
No, absolutely. Sir, a little history on West Ham. The club was founded in 1895 as Thames Ironworks and reformed in 1900 as West Ham United. A little history in 1895. Rudolph Diesel patented the diesel engine, sir. It's been a long run for the diesel engine, and the first professional American football game was played in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, between Latrobe YMCA and Jeanette Athletic Club. Latrobe wins 12-0, sir. So American football on the scene in 1895. Obviously, if you listen to our history of football pods, football split way back in the day, and American football, became the game it is, and obviously the beautiful game in England. Can't use your hands, sir. Big difference there. West Ham moved to Boyle Ground in 1904, which remained their home ground for more than a century. The club now plays at London Stadium, having moved from their former home bowling ground in 2016. London Stadium, the former Olympic Stadium, I believe was at 2012. They hosted the Olympics. Bunch of London teams fought for that stadium. West Ham won. It's a nice stadium, sir. And West Ham have been winners of the FA Cup 3 times, 64, 75, 1980. And the club have reached 2 major European finals, winning the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1965 and finishing runners-up in 1976. The club's highest league position to date came in 85-86 when they achieved 3rd place in the first division. They have a long-standing rivalry with Millwall, sir.
Millwall.
Tell them about Millwall.
Lovely people.
It's a big derby.
Just the finest people in London.
Millwall, they run them hard,
Stuff,
bro.
I'll go to a daytime game there if you're gonna go.
Sure, there's like a few places in Jersey I can think of remind you of Millwall.
It's all right. I don't think we can give Millwall a run for their money. I've never seen this. I've never heard the C word so many times in my life. I was sitting in good seats.
All right, physio room. Injuries for United coming in this game. Bailly, he has a knock, although we know the deal. They're kind of being coy about Eric Bailly carrying those injuries. Haven't seen him. It's unfortunate. Paul P., he's got that thigh. No news there. And then Phil Jones. We rate Phil Jones. He was recovering. We can't wait for him to be back. You don't think he's ever going to play again? We shall see. Given those injuries, what is your lineup, sir?
So this is who I've got for the Hammers on Tuesday. I got Dino and net. I got Brandon Williams at right back, Twanzavia Maguire and Tellus. I'm going to do midfield of Matic, Donny van de Beek, and Juan Mata. I'm going to do Dan James on the left, Martial up front, and Ahmad Diallo on the right, ready to start. He looked good against Blackburn Rovers. I think he's ready to go. Who you got, sir?
I'm going Dino and net, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to say Bailly makes it, sir. Fitness. Maguire, Shaw. I did see him in training. They're saying a knock, so I hope Bailly comes back. Fred McTominay midfield. Bruno, Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood. Got to beat West Ham. Got to move on. Booking the bookies. -210, sir, for Manchester United. We're the odds-on favorite. The draw +340. West Ham to win +430. Given those are the bookies' odds, sir. We're the favorites, big-time favorites here in the FA Cup. Tight turnaround. What's your score prediction?
So I think United do the job 1-0. Not vintage stuff, but we play a composed game, keep it closed down, clean sheet, march on to the next round. What do you think?
2-0. 2-0 for me, sir. I need that clean sheet. Dying for that clean sheet. Dying for that clean sheet. Come on, defense.
Miss them, maybe. Miss those clean sheets.
Come on, Dino. Ready for the news. Sir, we got to start the news segment off here by talking about February 6th, 1958. This anniversary of the Munich air disaster today, Saturday. It is Saturday, 2021, sir. It's the 63rd anniversary, or the 62nd anniversary of the Munich air disaster here. It occurred when British European Airways Flight 609 crashed on its third attempt to take off from a slush-covered runway at Munich-Rhein Airport, West Germany. On the plane was the Manchester United football team, the Busby Babes, Matt Busby himself, along with supporters and journalists. 20 of the 44 on the aircraft died at the scene. It was a tragic event, one that shall be remembered every year. And more than every year, sir, we have our Munich air disaster pins. The story here of the injured, the unconscious, and obviously the tragic passing of many United players in this event. Something that defines our team. We were talking about during the match, the moment of silence before the game, although NBC didn't show that memorial. They literally
class organization.
I love it. Which is absolutely disgusting. But, everyone talks about Sir Alex Ferguson. It's almost like how you think of United and Sir Alex and the winning and, the commercial and Old Trafford, the fortresses now, and the Ronaldos and the Rooneys. But much before that, sir, it was the Busby Babes. It was Sir Matt. Him getting injured in this airplane crash, losing a lot of young, great players and some who will never play the game again. And then coming back 10 years later and winning the European Cup in 1968. Rebirth from the ashes, sir. The Flowers of Manchester. This is why, you could argue this is really why Manchester is the most famous club in the world. This story went worldwide, and this is so ingrained in our history. And winning that European Cup in 1968, obviously with George Best, Charlton, everybody. But this really defines the club. I think this is really where Sir Matt, the Busby Babes, this is kind of where the ethos that we do see today, the academy players, you saw Ole talk about it before the pre-match interview, but always got to remember this day as a Manchester United fan. And big day.
No, a day that will live in infamy. It's an important, tragic milestone in our club's history, but it defined who they are. And you're right. It was, notoriety for better or for worse. They were famous because of the famous crash, losing all the players, including, Duncan Edwards, supposed to be one of the best players England ever produced. And we only got to see flashes of him. And then building that team back with more youth and obviously El Beadle, you got Dennis Law, and then, Charlton, of course, and that combo and winning the European League, winning those titles that they did and rebuilding it, Red Devils. He thought the Busby Babes was too soft, sir. So that's why he coined them the Red Devils, because they were the attacking Reds, putting goals behind teams. And that, was the foundation for this great club before Sir Alex came around around 25, 30 years later and did the same kind of thing. But the club was built on the backs of great men that, battle against adversity. That's why the slogan is "We'll never die." Backs against the wall. And it's a great part about the club. And it's something that has to be remembered every year because it's who we are.
No, absolutely. And in remembrance of the Manchester United players who perished in Munich, Jeff Bent, Roger Byrne, Eddie Coleman, like you mentioned, Duncan Edwards, initially survived the crash but passed on in the hospital 15 days later. Mark Jones, David Pegg, Tommy Taylor, Billy Whelan, and the Manchester United staff who perished. Walter Crickmere, club secretary, Tom Curry, trainer, and Bert Whaley, the chief coach, sir. Of the players who survived, Charlton, Folks, Barry, Blanchflower, and obviously the manager, Matt Busby. But 10 years later, and that's why when you look, Sir Bobby Charlton owning the all-time goal scoring record broken by Wayne Rooney, but you think of him as a player to go through this crash, both him and Matt Busby, and then for him to lift the European Cup 10 years later is the most unbelievable story pretty much in sport I can think of. And obviously, it's amazing to put that in comparison to Sir Alex and everything he accomplished, but, aside from just winning title after title, but, going through this tragedy and rebuilding the club and then achieving arguably one of the greatest accomplishments in the club's history in their first European Cup after this is unbelievable.
No, rebuilding the club over a decade back to not only domestic but European dominance. They should have won multiple titles. It's unfortunate they got the one in Europe, but it's the first European title that an English club has ever won. So we have that, and of course, Fergie couldn't let any legacy outshine his. Certainly, I think the only thing that's better than that is the treble, winning the way they did in those 11 days, and the way every one of those 3 games and the games that led up to the games, the semifinals in Turin and the games in April. It's just he also rebuilt the club. So it's in some ways maybe Ole is that heir apparent. Those are huge shoes to fill, both in both players and manager that became managers. But it is an ethos, this rebuild and reborn United thing. And we had some poor managers in the last couple of years, but one thing that we said about Ole, he gets the ethos of this club, the academy, the importance of that, the importance of work rate and attacking football. If you can entertain people even more. That's the best thing you can do and win. It's about winning. So that's kind of the last thing we're waiting for. We need the consistency, we need the titles, and we need the silverware. But that makes me proud about having him as a manager. He does understand what this club's all about, and you need that in the modern era. It's good to see. It's a little bit refreshing for me.
No, yeah. When you see Ole lay the flowers of Manchester at the memorial today, when you see him talk about what it means for him to be playing the academy players and what that means to Manchester United and how it started with the Busby Babes, that is why Ole's the manager. That is why he understands, because he understands the DNA of this club. He might not be a tactician, but Mourinho was supposed to be the special one, the tactician. And how did he do? How is he doing? So at the end of the day, it looks like a chop shop out there as far as managers are concerned. And it's wouldn't you rather have a manager who just understands the DNA of this club and what it's all about? And I think that's something that, given the chop and change world we live in with managers, it's refreshing to see a manager who understands United and gets United. And it's unfortunate to also see no ownership at that ceremony.
No, it's not surprising. It's shameful, but not surprising, right? It's they have the Super Bowl, so I'm sure they're distracted by that, sir. But at the end of the day, it's even if they didn't make the Super Bowl, they wouldn't be at the stadium. They wouldn't be showing their respect. They missed a lot of games when there was no COVID, not showing their respect. So it's appropriate of the Glazers. They're not letting their name go down.
But here's the thing: if you fire Ole, you're just Chelsea. And what's Chelsea?
Nothing, bro.
Nothing, dude. They don't have any tradition. They have nothing. And this is what United's about. And that's why, February 6th is important. And seeing our manager and how important it is to him and how he believes and lives and breathes United, that makes me proud as a fan. And as much as today was tough to watch, I really hope that the boys could win it for today being a very special day, playing on this day. But, seeing our manager understand this club and really get it, good on Ole. And, I'll always back Ole, and he's a special manager, sir.
No, because this shit it's an art, not a science. It's about the mix, right? Personality and certain things I think he gets really right. So the fact that we could field 4 academy players today and for most of the game bossed it is an exciting thing to have because, dude, Chelsea can't field that many players and be competitive. So we're producing top talent, and the academy is only getting better. If you see the crop of kids that are 16, 17, 18, 19, it's like insane at the moment. So the future is bright, sir. Things,
So speaking of the academy, Amad Diallo. Now we're getting into like the news here. Diallo records 3 assists and a goal in his second U23 game. Sir, I've seen the highlights. Why is he playing for U23s? Get him in. Get him in on the bench. Come on. I'm dying. What is he doing? You
have to say Greenwood's been playing well, but he needed some games. He's getting those games. He's looking great in those games. He looks he's very good on the right wing. He does like the lead-in ball really well. Like he's a good player. Good player, sir.
The balls he's playing is like it's his touch is he looks so good.
He's also got maturity. He's got some maturity. He like holds the ball up well. He makes the pass. He's good about passing, not always being selfish. So he's a player. He looks a proper player, and we this academy is used to churning out players.
All right, next bit of news here, sir. You included it. You're killing me with this.
Say it, sir. Say it.
Solskjaer hints at new United contract for Paul Pogba, per The Guardian. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer suggested Paul Pogba could sign a new deal, with the manager revealing Manchester United are in open dialogue. Pogba is in arguably his best form since he returned 5 years ago, being voted the club's player of the month for January after impressive displays, including winners at Fulham and Burnley, a.k.a. Bullham. Sir, what do you make of Paul P? Sign a new deal, sir. What do you want? You want Paul Pogba 5 years, £5 million?
It'd be like 400. It'd be like 400K. Yeah, it'd be a fat deal. I'm good with it. I want him to stay, but only if he gets rid of his shitbag agent. And he's not going to do that, so he probably should go, sir. It's best for everybody. Because nobody else is like talking about leaving. There's no chatter around Martial, Rashford, Bruno. Everybody's staying happy. And I think it's good that we don't have that. So it's like, unless he's committed to really staying and not going to be fishing for another deal in 12 months, then it's just like, it's going to be a self-perpetuating cycle.
Sir, so much of football you can equate to, relationships. We're old men, we're wise. Paul Pogba's one of those where too little, too late, dude. Like, you got to sell him. You got to get the money. We're broke. He's got that crazy agent. It's like, fool me once. Like, how many times, dude? How many windows? How many comments? I like Paul Pogba. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure we'd be great friends. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not trusting you with that money and that scumbag agent. You clearly want to go he wants to do the Ronaldo, dude. Like, do a few years at other clubs, like win a bunch of things. Like, and that's Paul Pogba, you do you, dude. Like, and I think that's Fergie always knew when to move on. Fergie was not a clingy manager. He just let it, hey, you went out of here, Beckham, see ya. Pogba, you went out of it, see ya. And it's like, I would love Paul Pogba to stay. I'd love to keep him in our team, but I know what's best, and what's best for him and what's best for us is for us to sell him for 65 this summer and be done.
There you go. I agree. It's the right move. I think the girlfriend analogy is the best one. It's like I don't want to equate it to the crazy girlfriend who's like starts behaving, but you just gotta cut and run. You gotta gonna get a deal. Arguably, we get some silverware, and he boosts gets anywhere close to his original value, which won't happen. But just get some money out. Good feelings, right? If we end in a good place, second, first, silverware.
We're better with Paul Pogba, and we will be better with Paul Pogba than whoever we sign after that. But you just can't have that many distractions outside the locker room at United. I think this season he's been great, but sir, you can't trust him with that big of a deal again.
Sir, he's been great, but he was talking shit. His agent was talking shit before the RB game, like the day before, just to stir the pot.
No, yeah, it's like
That was this
what's crazy
season, bro.
is-
That was like
yeah.
2.5 months ago. So he's played well. His agent is like barely shut up. Maybe his agent's on vacation. Someone took his
No,
phone
but
away.
if he fires his agent and he's like, "Yo, I'm United till I die," like then sweet, like yeah, sign him. But like I don't think that's gonna happen. And I think he has ambitions to be playing in Italy. Go back to Juventus. I mean, like,
No, I agree.
right? It just seems to me like the odds here are low. So we'll move on. Next bit of news here: Manchester United teen prodigy Shola Shortire snubs interest from PSG, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona to sign his first professional deal at Old Trafford. 17-year-old is tipped to make the first team debut this season. He looks lights out. No one's talking about Shortire, sir. I rate him a lot. Watch the highlights. He's coming in, like you said, kind of Greenwood 2.0, the academy, United. Love to see it.
No, a short tire looks the real deal. There's a couple players that look the real deal. I mean, short tire certainly fits the bill. You have Anthony Alanga, winger. He's also really good. You have obviously Hannibal because he was the big money deal. He's kind of slowly getting into it. He's got a little bit of like a flare up issue, which is good to see as well. He's a hothead. Everyone's tackled the shit out of him, but he's also a player, and of course a mod. But good. Short tire apparently got the ear from Rashford telling them like this is the club to be at. This is the club where we obviously have an eye for nurturing the academy, giving them an opportunity to shine. We've shown it. I mean, who else of these clubs are playing 3-4 academy players at a time and competing, for the tippy top, sir?
Absolutely. You ready to jump in here? Fan question, sir. We're going into the abyss.
It's gonna be ugly.
The gut reactions here on Twitter right after this game, they're going to be spicy. And, you got to take it with a grain of salt because everyone was responding like right after the match. And we're recording like an hour and a half, so we've had a chance to like take a breath.
Yeah, we've mellowed, sir. We've mellowed.
Sir, but right after the match, it was dire. You were like staring off into space. It was like at Burkett Mets, quote, "Sirs, I thought we were beyond draws like this, ... I can't even believe it. Speechless and gutted. Usually he's the positive one, sir." At the Alex Davis 33, quote, "Sell the entire defense except Shaw. Never thought I'd type those words," unquote. Sir, it's coming in hot. You ready for more?
Keep it going, baby. Keep it going.
Woo! At MJ Fitz 19, quote, "De Gea killed us. Better team throughout, and to give it up like that hurts. Can't win a title that way. Hoping Pogba injury isn't severe." That's a good point. Better team throughout. We've talked about that today, but it just the sting of letting that fall out of your fingers is what kills you.
Dude, American Red Devil fans know their shit. They know that, but they know we've conceded goals like this before. Or they know we haven't always played this well in a game. We played well today and gave up shit goals, and that's why everyone feels especially salty, sir, because we should have cruised to 3 points.
At Ty Kircher, quote, "My heart just sank, gutted as that ball fell in front of De Gea. What a kick in the balls. Everton show up for 3 minutes out of 95. They score 3 goals. What shit. After totally dominating the whole game, we walk away with a point, ... Not good enough." At Julie Breathauer, arg. That's it. Just arg. I think that's a good, I like that.
That's great. That's great. It's true. That's how we all feel. You just want to like scream right now because that's the best way to get out the emotion we're all feeling.
At Michael McGallis, quote, "Thought Cavani and Greenwood were brilliant in the first half, impressing Everton. I thought we saw the game out very well once we got the third, and obviously the last kick of the match cost us. Being realistic, it's City and then everyone else. We're very good, but not league winners." And is that really? That's really it. And it's not that bad. It's just that when you look at what we could have done, it hurts. It's like we could have beat Sheffield United. We could have beat a terrible Arsenal. We could have beat Everton. We could be even, and 4 off goal differential, sir. It was there for the taking, and usually United take it when it's there.
That's the difference. The difference between taking those points and not. It's the difference where titles are lost and won. So a lot of this is self-inflicted wounds, sir. A lot of this is self-inflicted wounds, where we're creating good goals. It's not like we can't score. We're creating good goals and conceding shit goals. They had 3 shots on net and scored 3 goals. You do that, you can't do that, dude. You cannot like give up a shot goal, give a shot goal, give a shot. It was just like shit goals, and it was. So whoever said 3 minutes and that was it, they showed up for 3 minutes and scored 3 goals. It's true.
At CJ Saz, shout out to CJ, great contributor on our blog, www.americanreddevils.com. Quote, "I'm upset Just knew we couldn't finish it today. Excellent goal from Bruno, though. Hope Pogba is all right as well. At JDW 300, quote, absolute shit defending. I hate trying to kill games off. We command the ball all damn game, then drop into first gear, and we pay for it. Need new center backs badly. Just bloody painful. ... Roy Keane said, watching this club is not good for your health. I think that remains to be the same. All right, we're going to go a little hardcore here, sir.
Hardcore.
That Bry guy, 666, he always brings the heat. He's like, you know, we got all sides of the spectrum here, American Red Devils. Quote, Harry really ain't shit. I believe he was somehow involved with all 3 goals. This should be a serious wake-up call for the lads. At the end of the day, United are their own worst enemy. How can we dominate a match like that to come out with a draw? Defense needs to tighten up.
Dude, every one of our fan takes has been correct. I mean, no one said something yet that's wrong. We're all spot on. It's like we're fucking ourselves over, sir, and that's not how you win titles. So that's the most aggravating thing.
Yeah. At T. Zolski, there's absolutely no excuse for this. Our defense, once again, lets us down. Everton played 10 minutes and come up with a point. I mean, great analysis here. Everyone's hitting the same points. And at Jamal Mota, horrible. I can't. How do we give up that game twice? What shambles? Pissed beyond belief. You know, I totally agree. At American_salad, no banter, just tears. I like that one. At Cam Ramos 95, quote, I'm dead inside.
I think Erg was the best one. Erg! It's like, that's how I feel.
Win with these two here. At Margaret Heath, quote, diabolical defending, controlled the whole game except for 5 minutes at the start of the second half. It cost us. Effing ludicrous. And then at Cam Ramos, this one is probably it. At Cam Ramos 95. No, sorry, I already said that. He said I'm dead inside. Yeah, I think we all feel that way. And at Dan with 3 Ds, quote, title lost. Was this the game we lost the title, sir? Is a title lost? I mean, we're 2% chance. You know, I could look it up, but probably.
Dude, we could turn it. I mean, you could always turn it around. It gets harder and harder, right? Now you're counting on City to drop points, but it's probably lost between the Sheffield, Arsenal. Now, like you would argue that we dropped for 4 points, 7 points in the last 2 weeks. That we can't drop all those points because that Arsenal team was so beatable. That was a shit team. That is a bad Arsenal side, and we losing to dropping points today and then losing to Sheffield United. So it's like you could argue that title winning teams don't do that. You can't go through a skid that bad.
So 538 has us 5% chance to win the Premier League. City 90%.
Jesus.
City went through a rough patch though. There's 15 games left. They have the Champions League, sir. They have the they love the energy drink cup. They got to play that, and they got to play the FA Cup. They got a lot of games, a lot of rotations, sir. It's not going to be easy, but it's out of our hands. So I mean, is a title? Yeah.
I think it just hit you.
Yeah, I think Sheffield. You lose to Sheffield United. I think that's the game. You lose to them. That's tough.
You lose to them and then tie those other 2 games, right? Because if you got those 4 points from the 2 draws, that makes up for the 3 points you lost against. But you can't do all 3 in 2 weeks. It's like the combo. It's a skid, sir. It went to full skid. We're in skid mode.
No, it's yo-yo. It's the yo-yo. It's like because sir, we beat Southampton 9. Now we're back, baby. Then this one, it's like it's like, hey, 15 games, baby. 15 games. We've been through this whole season. Damn. This whole season, never give up, never say die. That's why we're Manchester United. Look, it's been an amazing podcast, sir. Doing this pod this whole season has been amazing. The ups and the downs and everything in between. Unbelievable.
Everything left to play for. We got, stakes have never been higher. Expectations have never been higher. It's a fun place to be. When you crash down to reality, it doesn't feel so good. But at the end of the day, we're competing for things that we weren't so sure we'd be competing for 6 months ago. So I'm happy to be in this position. I'm excited about the future. This team's got so much talent in it. Future is very bright.
I'll tell you, to the upside, I didn't think we could win the league, but to the downside, I didn't think we'd be competing for the Europa League. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how you get those two at the same time.
Sir, we're going to have a special guest host on Tuesday.
Special guest host. I am going to be taking a step out for hopefully just a couple of days. My son is having brain surgery, so it's going to have a stand-in. My brother is going to be covering on Tuesday for the West Ham match. Pod never sleeps, sir. We got the greatest in English football. We got to keep covering. But you know, I know you can handle it without me. He's not as quick on the tube as I am. Not quick with the band. So you gotta keep him going. He said, I don't know if I can do the same energy level that we do. It's hard to replicate.
Sir, 267 episodes. I mean, I feel like you keep me in check. You know, you're like.
He's not going to be like, I'll tell you what, he ain't going to be like, keep you in check. He should make it a timer. Otherwise, it'll go like 2.5 hours.
Sir, I think I speak for all the American Red Devils. We'll be thinking of you and your family, and we wish you the best. And hopefully you'll be back. United will win this league, and everything will come up roses, sir.
Certainly hope so, sir. I hope to be back for the West Brom game. A lot left to play for us, sir, so I appreciate those kind words. Future's definitely bright. Feeling optimistic.
We'll keep you posted here, American Red Devils. Sir, games are coming thick and fast. FA Cup, League Cup. Woo! Never a break. Never
Europa
a break
League. You ready to play Real Sociedad, bro? You ready for some Real Sociedad? And Phil Jones he's in the Europa League team. Phil Jones made the cut.
Yeah, there you go, sir. Sign you up, sir. I'll have you over there. Look, the American Red Devils, for fans, by fans. You like this podcast, you can support us on Patreon. Check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. Check out our website. We have amazing blog content there, www.americanreddevils.com. We also have store. You can click on store to check out our shirts, scarves, everything in between. Drop a review on iTunes. Goes a long way to help us be found. We did a survey. Number one way people find us is on iTunes. Number two, Spotify. Any reviews go a long way to help us get found. We're just two guys in the bunker giving you that bias take on the couch. That's what it's about here. No filter, sir.
No filter. And part of the reason we've been doing so many remote pods is because I have to go to the hospital on Monday. So we appreciate everyone being, accommodating to that. So we know the banter isn't quite as hot as when we're like in the same room just yakking at each other. So appreciate that.
And you've been doing great on the audio, so it's been sounding great, and you've been killing it, sir. Really appreciate it.
Sir, just trying to keep up with the boys. Could have used those 3 points today. It would have been much sweeter.
Oh, I know, sir. I know.
I would mute that thread. If you do yourself a favor, mute the thread.
Yeah, I don't need that. Sir, we had some amazing downloads last week. Give us those top 10 cities.
You got it, sir. Number 1, how you doing? Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Number 2, Dublin, Ireland. Appreciate you. Moyock, North Carolina. Waltham, Massachusetts. Chicago, Illinois. LA, California. Check out Canada showing up. Antigonish, Canada. Sorry if I got that wrong. Hotlanta, Georgia. Calgary, Canada. And last but not least, Oslo, Norway. Appreciate all the downloads. All the American Red Devils listening in, week out. Around the globe, sir. Love to see it. Hey, title race ain't dead yet. 5% chance. You're saying there's a chance.
Sir, the song is a song. They're currently the leaders. We hope those Scouse bastards kick them, because we're going to kick them. We don't like them, sir. Regardless, it's a long season. Never say die. As always, sir.
We'll be kicking a blue.